I'm Shay Russell for mining.com.au. Joining me today is Johan Lambrechts, the CEO of Antares Metals. Johan, it's a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
G'day, Shay. Very good, thanks, and thanks for having me once again.
Now, you've been putting out some results to the market after exploration activity of several of your prospects. Now, I've noticed that each of these prospects you're talking about come from different projects. Before we get into some of the very impressive grades that we're seeing, can you talk me through why you're taking this approach?
Yes, well, we've got 2,000 square kilometers of ground north of Mount Isa, and there's a lot of very high prospective areas. So we need to investigate the potential of each of them, and once we know the potential, do a little bit more work, understand the geology, so that when we are ready to put a drill hole in the ground, we know what we're drilling for. So we are doing work on multiple prospects, but it's not to confuse the situation. It's actually to give us more detail in any one of them. We're only focusing on 3 or 4 at this stage, with a couple of key future drill targets.
Given that most of your projects are in the Mount Isa and Cloncurry region, is this approach to ensure that you get maximum bang for buck when you do get out into the field?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we'll go through the numbers in a second, but seeing the good and positive results that we've done should show to the reader or to the listener why doing the extra legwork now, doing the field work now, is beneficial to when we eventually put the drill hole in the ground, because the drilling is the most expensive and most important component of exploration. What you don't want to do is rush into it and put the hole 20, 30, 40 meters away from where it should have been because you didn't do the work.
Now, I've teased this out long enough. It's time to get to the very impressive copper and gold grades that you're seeing come out of the ground at Moonside, Startle, and I believe Conglomerate Creek. Can you run us through a couple of these numbers here, Johan?
Yeah, absolutely. Moonside is the closest prospect we've got to Mount Isa. We've been on the ground there before. 16, 10 and 6% copper is some of the results that we've got in the most recent announcements. Very encouraging. We've identified some new sort of radiating mineralized quartz veins, which we haven't sampled yet. Well, have now, but the results aren't with us yet. So the prospect is sort of growing. We've done a soil survey, which we'll also release the results for when we get them. It is a growing prospect and looking really, really good. Startle is just north of Surprise, another fantastic prospect. We've got 22 and 3 and 2% copper from there. The key there for me is that the best grade, the 22% result, was to the northeast of where the artisanal workings were, and in a host that's not a normal quartz calcite vein. So the opportunity is growing, the footprint, the potential, and there's a lot of work there still to be done. We will be going to Startle again in the not too distant future. And then Conglomerate Creek, I think that was this week. That's just getting better and better in my view. 22% copper, 1.6 gram gold, and almost 400 grams silver from the vein area. That's fantastic numbers in anybody's business. And we also reviewed an area just in the central part of the Conglomerate Creek intrusion and revealed some stunning numbers there as well. Just over 1% copper, 7.4 grams per ton gold, and 50 grams silver, which again in its own right are all excellent numbers. But to us, the important part is that that anomaly, which is buried, is associated with a structure that runs through the guts of the intrusion. And on the structure, above the anomaly which we plan to drill, we've got economic, precious and base metal grades. So you can understand why those results make me very exciting, because if we've got on these two, the vein identified 350 meters north of one of the prospects, and here over the central one, we've got these fantastic grades associated with structure, which most likely tap into the feeder system below. If we've got that at surface, why would we not have a fertile system beneath? That's the question I'm asking. I'm sure everybody is. And that's also why we will be drilling this, but we need to do the last little bit of detailed work so that we can target the drill holes to the best success potential.
Speaking of the last little bit of work, field season in the top part of the country does end quicker than other parts of the country. So, what other sort of work are you planning to do in the next couple of months to set yourself up for success next year?
Well, we are definitely still in the field, so the investors can expect several more announcements based on field work, both in the copper and the uranium space. We've done some uranium field work, and there will be some announcements coming on that. And we do plan to drill still before the wet season comes, drill Conglomerate Creek and the Surprise extension. Conglomerate Creek's probably the main target there because of its size potential, but we need to do the legwork and then we do the drilling.
Listen, Johan, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm looking forward to further updates on this. I do love a copper project out in Queensland. Thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to the next update.
Lovely. Thank you again, Shay, and hope you have a great day.